Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series in the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. This is session 70.2, and we're continuing to do kind of this like more freeform. I'm okay with using pattern mode to kind of help line up the major chunks of the audio, but we're going to be trying to just record things as close to being able to play it real time as we can, or get things to line up. So there's a few weird things I'm doing here, or they might seem weird at first, but I think this will all tie together as we get to the end. This is the second time I'm recording this video, so some of the settings are already set, but I'm still going to go over and review what I did for settings. First things up, shift and ext source. This had been set to mix, and that means it's going to take whatever I'm playing and whatever I'm playing on the SP404 Mark II and external. We don't want the internal SP404 Mark II sounds being recorded, so I'm going to set this to external in. So even if we play content from the SP404 Mark II, it's only going to take what we are playing on the MPC. Second, I did go in and set record BPM to 110. We're going to be playing to that loop that is roughly 110, might be 112, whatever. It's close enough for us to at least work with and do some fun stuff with it. So you can hear I've got this set up and we're able to go. This is gonna be a little finicky, but there are a couple of ways we can get content recorded in here. So let's just take these settings. I then went in and hit Shift Pad 16 just to make sure that our favorites are bypassed for now. If you want to record with effects on, obviously do that, but I'm just making sure because I didn't want like tape hiss or anything for what I'm playing, but you do you, and it'll come out cool. Anyway, let's exit. So to get this to work correctly, I had loop off on pad 1, just playing through once. I do want it on so we have, I don't know, like a click track, we have drums, whatever that we can play to, and it will hopefully sound fine. So I'm going to hit resample. Actually, there's a couple ways to do this. So first way, resample. I want to do the hi-hats over here, and we can just kind of So I did like that a few times, just so that you can hear, because of the resample, even though it was playing at the same time, you can hear like I wasn't doing a very good job at the beginning, and then I caught up. A problem we have is it's not going to be totally clear where that sample actually needs to start. So we're going to have to go in and hit the start and end. So I'm just going to try and find it. I was just listening and kind of paying attention to where I started. I think that might be it. So let's assume that that is correct. What I'm going to do is go hit menu, go truncate. It's destructive. We're losing it. It's fine. Next up, because we still have some extra content, I'm going to hold shift and enter. And because we did put in and write down the length, that is 105.797, I think is what I wrote down. My handwriting's horrible, but whoops, shift enter. You push in on the enter button. Sorry, just scroll down to end. I'm doing this all goofy. I'm gonna just type it in 105.797, and away we go. Now we hit enter. All right. If we zoom out, you can see our endpoint got pulled way in. And what I should be able to do now is if I hit loop on this and make sure that the loop just starts at the exact same spot as the start, we should be able to play both of these at the same time. We'll exit out. I mean, they're looping, but I'm not like a huge fan of that first play through. So now what I'm going to do, let's hit start end. I am going to move start. Let's do this. We're going to go, I'll just do this the easier way, the better way. I'm actually just going to program, assuming I actually caught it at the right time, and I might end up having to redo this, but let's say that we're going to do the start as 105797. So we're basically going to take that first chunk of the loop, or what we believe to be the first chunk of the loop, and we are going to yank it right out. I'm going to put the end marker, make sure it's all the way at the end, hit menu, we're going to go truncate, and now we're going to zoom in. I'm just going to get this really tighter up on that first hi-hat. I'm going to tighten it up a little. Let's go menu, truncate. So we're 0 crossing point should be at the beginning. We're going to now go shift value. And we're just going to go set the endpoint to be 105797 and commit it. So we tucked that in. Let's see if this sounds better now. That sounds tighter to me. So it might be a factor of sliding in so we didn't have the silence at the beginning, but we have both of these. They're both the same length. They should play forever together. So if I hit start and end, I'm just going to assume it sounds good enough. I don't need that extra recording performance that I did. So we're just going to go truncate, and it is now gone. And this allows us to do a few things. We can now, if we want to, kind of line things up and have them in the pattern play together in the same way, we can totally do that by doing a record pattern, and we know it's 1 bar. Whoop, I'm gonna turn loop off. That'll drive me nuts. Apparently we don't have this triggering. There we go. So I just have these triggered. Oh, one's got the loop on it as well. Gotta turn that off. And the reason why you got to kind of keep toggling loop on and off is because in loop mode, it's going to, the triggering is going to start and stop it. So the pattern is going to keep toggling whether it starts and stops. Obviously, if you want to be able to play it live and kind of keep it in sync, you'll want to keep the loop on. Just depends on mechanically how you want to play. But we have this working now. And I think I'm just going to call it here because I feel like I went for quite a while just to do the hi-hats. And yeah, this is kind of what we'll be doing. We'll just kind of keep building up some layers and be able to have some fun with it. So anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And drink your water. Peace.